Mike?
Not yet.
Not yet? Okay. So cream ice. You ready to take some notes?
Yeah.
Okay, write this down. Write this down. Cream ice, 3, 2, 1. Cream ice is 3, 2, 1. 3 quarts of water, 2 pounds of sugar, 1 quart of mix, and then whatever flavors you want. So we'll start with, I can't do it yet, but that's cream ice.
Go ahead, we're rolling.
We're rolling? You think I should do this without Steve here?
That's up to you.
Ooh, good way to get off the hook there. So all cream ice, 3, 2, 1. Simple, 3, 2, 1. And then comes the art. That's the science of cream ice, 3, 2, 1. Now, I'll show you. We're going to do 3, 2, 1, right? 3 quarts of water. Okay, let's start with 3 quarts of water.
Is that well water or is that?
Oh, stop. It's water.
It's water. It doesn't matter if it has chlorine in it. Huh?
3 quarts of water. I'll ignore her, she'll go away. 2 pounds of sugar. Let's put sugar in here. Two pounds of sugar, right? Two pounds of sugar. I'm sorry, I'm rolling.
I'm glad you did. Sorry for the delay.
And 1 quart of mix, right? And that's the recipe for any cream ice in the world. 3, 2, 1, can't miss. So 1 quart of mix, right? 3, 2, 1. Do this, okay. So in here now, as soon as we whisk it up here, we have the recipe, the starting recipe for any cream ice you can think of. Pick any flavor you want, anything you want. I used to make Cinnamon Toast Crunch. It's over there. You can make Cinnamon Toast Crunch cream ice. You can make Bordeaux cream ice. You can make anything into cream ice now.
So why cream ice over ice cream?
You'll taste it. You'll tell me. Cream ice is marvelous. It's Italian ice is water. Ice cream is creamy. This is right in the middle, right? Right in the middle. And it's so refreshing, and it won't fill you up. You can eat a lot of it, which is a good thing.
I know you had a cherry amaretto.
Cherry amaretto cream ice. Everybody went wild over that. It's cherry juice and amaretto in here, just like this. And it's a big seller. Everybody in the class this week loved it, especially her.
And I don't even like cherry amaretto. And I liked it.
Okay, we'll get the rest of any water that's in here out. And then we're ready to roll.
The barrel, by the way, has a slight tilt forward to it, so it's
Why
always
is
going
this?
to.
Why is this?
It's always going to.
Why is that like that?
I don't know.
But it happens all the time.
Okay, we just reprogrammed this. So
Oh,
so we'll
okay.
see.
Well, it's going to happen again because it's been happening. But I
Today?
guess, yeah. Today.
Okay.
All right. Michael, no.
Yeah.
Mike knows everything.
Right.
All right. So this is 3, 2, 1 in here, right? All right. So we'll put our 3, 2, 1 in. And now that that's in there, you can walk over to the shelves or the refrigerator and make anything you want. This is what's going to make cream ice. Now you're just going to put a flavor into it. Piece of cake. So let's make, we decided on nutty peanut butter fudge cream ice, right? So we're going to need peanut butter, obviously. The fudge, we're going to sort of make our own. This is one of the 2 magic ingredients that I have worked with for years and years. She's got her pen out already. Terry's not. Terry's not writing it. This is Ghirardelli ground sweet chocolate powder, and it's a fantastic product. So we're going to add some of that. Now this is where, by the way, you're going to taste it and see what you like. So first we'll add some of this to give us the chocolatey flavor to it, because it's chocolate peanut butter. What did I say it's called? Peanut butter fudge? Okay. So we'll add some of this. We'll even turn it on, get everything mixing up well. Terry, don't be asking me how much I'm adding.
12
Well,
ounces.
you figure this is a quart,
12 ounces.
so let's go for half a quart until we taste it.
So 16 ounces.
16.
So folks, don't call up and ask me what the secret ingredient is. It's on the video. And how much.
And how much? All right, now we're going to add a big flavor to it. We're going to add peanut butter to it. This jar is 40 ounces. So let's see what happens. And it's the chunky one.
What's he making?
Italian ice, cream ice. You switch. Peanut butter, chocolate, cream ice. Is that the peanut butter you bought or Rose bought?
What do you think?
I
It's
think Rose
Jif.
bought it. What would you use?
Jif. I love Jif.
You do?
Yeah, it's not great flavor. What's that Walmart brand?
Great value.
Great value. It's not great value. It's Jif.
No, I was just curious. I've heard, I like Smucker's as a peanut butter, but I've heard Jif because it's smoother to work with.
The best peanut butter, they stopped making it, was Skippy Super Chunk. And now they don't make it. They make it in a, what's the vegan thing, the all-night whatever?
Almond butter? Almond peanut butter?
I don't know, but it's not Skippy
Well, it's not
Super
peanut.
Chunk anymore. It's Skippy, like Burger
Organic.
King hamburgers.
Probably organic.
Organic, that's right.
Yeah, I've seen it.
I'm a Peter Pan fan when it comes to peanut butter.
In other words, peanut butter is like chocolate. It's very subjective.
We'll
I'm-
figure out how much we're adding in a bit. First we'll add some and then we'll figure it out. There, it went on again.
Okay, can you leave it on for a second? Take a quick look at the screen so you know for the future.
Okay, now I guess we'll taste it and see what we got. And this is where Terry's will be different from Stacy's, will be different from Matt's. This is what is going to happen. Well, I think it needs more of everything. So let's just throw the whole jar in.
Jeff, how much sugar did you put in?
2 pounds of sugar. Typical cream ice. 3 quarts of water, 2 pounds of sugar, 1 quart of mix. 3, 2, 1.
In the old days, just one quick comment. We used to always tell people to make the peanut butter anything last because it gets all sticky all
it's the
over
worst.
all the parts. It's a lot of work.
Oh, it's the worst.
Some people think, they've come up in life when they can buy an Audi or a big house or something like that. But in the ice cream business, it's when you make peanut butter anything and then walk away from the machine and somebody else cleans it.
Which is exactly what I'm going to do.
Then you know you've made it. But the other thing is, of course, because of peanut allergies, you want to make this as the last flavor of the day because we are going to do a full cleanup and tear down and not worry about peanut allergies. And I used to think it was a helicopter mom thing until I was talking to a doctor turned pharmacist. She went the other way. And she said, it's very real. We can't exactly tell you why, but we think it's because all surfaces are so clean. A lot of families don't own a dog, so there's not other bacteria coming into the house, but everything is so Cloroxed to death that the kids don't have the immunity that we had growing up, eating our pound of dirt and drinking out of, God forbid, the garden hose. Yeah. So
I still
it's
do
a good
that.
idea
I hate shoes.
to do it always as your last flavor. This is the last we'll be using this machine today, and Christy's going to be switching over to this one for the last flavor for her.
Right.
So
Nobody's using this one now.
no.
Well, that's getting there. Now, I hate to say I asked my wife, Rose, if you're looking, she doesn't want to. I said, go get me some Hershey's chocolate syrup, preferably the special dark. It's great chocolate syrup. She came back because this was 13 cents less. She came back with this. So what are you going to do? We'll add a little of this because I don't feel like taking it home. All right, I think we'll turn it on. And we'll see what we got.
I'm gonna rinse the
I'll
CD350.
taste it in a couple of minutes, and if it's good, great. If it's not, you'll get another flavor after. She's making great pistachio ice cream.
I've heard that's the #1 flavor,
What?
the pistachio. I've heard that's the #1 flavor.
No, it's vanilla, chocolate, butter pecan, pistachio, strawberry. According to the latest. But it's up there.
I've never heard it.
Well, you get to sit and relax, Steve. That's how you know you've made it.
Well, I don't get to relax for long. While you guys are working, I'm going to talk about a different subject. A little bit.
Be my guest.
The millennial age group is 85 million people strong. Right now, they figure between the age of 21 and 49. The baby boomers, there's 72 million of us. And there's a lot of people claiming they're baby boomers who are not. So as a group, it goes on in years, the numbers that it encompasses goes further. I'm probably one of the bottom of the baby boomers, of the original baby boomers. So my much older sister is more of a baby boomer than I am. We love our high-fat, high-sugar ice cream. We always have. We always will. We look, the more sugar, and we don't think of it that way, but the more sugar, the more fat, the more we love it. That's why Haagen-Dazs does well, Ben & Jerry, old-fashioned ice cream parlors. There's only one problem. My wife gets mad at me for coming up with this phrase. I say, the problem with baby boomers is we're aging out. And she goes, you mean you're kicking the bucket? And I said, yeah, that's true, but it sounds better. The millennials are going to be around 21 to 49 are going to be around for a very long time. And so they're the new market that's going to control the market. People were talking about 3 years ago, and I got on the bandwagon quickly because I saw the opportunity to this, that millennials just don't like dairy a lot of times. Usually it's not, forget you ever heard the word lactose intolerant, it's not that. They hardly even know what that means. It's not lactose intolerance. Sometimes it's because they don't like the fact that cows are farting. Can I say that? Or that let's say they produce methane gas. Or they just don't like the idea of a cow being milked, or as they put it, tortured every day at 4:30 in the afternoon for their milk. And of course, I'm a wise ass, and I'll say something, oh yeah, you try going from 8 in the morning till 4:30 in the afternoon without going pee. See how you feel. You know, the cow loves it. But whatever their reason, they're not consuming in actual numbers the type of dairy that we're selling. So they have a phrase that we worked hard to turn that was vegan. They called it vegan frozen dessert or vegan ice cream. And I don't like the word vegan. It sounds like an 89-year-old man who weighs 89 pounds and you just want to buy him a good Ruth Chris steak because he looks so awful. And so it's not a good selling term. Anybody in marketing will tell you vegan doesn't sell. But dairy-free does. Dairy-free is still vegan, but dairy-free sounds a whole lot better. And what it is it's not that far from an Italian ice or a cream ice. The big difference is in making a dairy-free ice cream, and I tell people I can make any flavor of dairy-free that you want except for vanilla. And I'm going to substitute the water in an Italian ice. I'm going to substitute the dairy for coconut milk. So the primary ingredient is coconut milk, sugar, and your flavor. In my own homemade formula, which I could send you, but it's got problems, it's coconut milk, it's sugar, and a couple in the 24 quart, a couple of cans of Coco. Is it called Coco Lopez? Yeah, Coco Lopez, which is cream of coconut. And Coco Lopez is used in a bar if you're making a bar drink. If you want to find something a little less expensive, just look for cream of coconut. It comes in white pint containers and costs less. And that's my basis for making the ice cream. There's no dairy in it. The fat that's in it is coconut, which is every doctor will tell you is extremely good for you. The finished ice cream, if I'm making Oreo cookie or mint chip, there's a background taste of coconut. So some people don't like that, but it's pleasant. I don't go out and eat coconut normally, but when it's in this process, it's great. So that's where we started with dairy-free ice cream, and with those ingredients, and you can substitute the sugar for other things too. You can use agave, you can use allulose, which is my secret for sugar-free, and we can talk about that. But there are substitute sugars. Honey is good. There's a number of things you can use instead of sugar if you want to, but a lot of them all have an aftertaste. So it's so popular with the millennial age group that I tell people, if you're going to do 10 flavors, have 2 of them in your cabinet that are dairy-free and rotate them out once a week. Anything you want, as long as you've got something. And the thing about millennials is they are so on their phones and so word of mouth that if the word gets out that you've got 2 flavors of dairy-free in your store and 8 flavors of ice cream, they're going to text that to 10 of their friends. We're going to send it to 10 more friends. And within half a day, about 400 people in town know that you're the only game in town that has dairy-free. And that's exciting because it's not spreading fast because a lot of ice cream parlors are run by old men and old women. And this is changing too. So I've been through a lot of fads in my life. Frozen yogurt was a fad, though it lasted 11 years and came back a second time. Gelato in the United States of America is a total fad. Everybody was going over to Europe at that time in 1990s because the dollar was strong and you could get a lot for it. And when you're on vacation in Italy, the food tastes better, the wine is better, the gelato is better. Everything's better because you're on vacation. And I'm cynical enough to say, where does a Heineken beer taste better? On a beautiful beach in the Caribbean or under the 3rd Avenue subway, what we call the Mugger Mover in the Bronx? Obviously the Heineken tastes better in the Caribbean. It's the same beer. Gelato got a lot of going there now, but the statistics show that around the world people are eating more ice cream than gelato by a long shot. Countries that were heavily gelato, like Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates, they were all gelato. Now they're all American ice cream. But that's getting off track a little bit. That was a fad. One guy called me up once and he said, I've got a new invention. It's going to sweep the ice cream world. I said, what is it? Well, I'm going to take a homemade chocolate chip cookie. I'm not kidding. And I'm going to take some ice cream, vanilla, and I'm going to put it on the chocolate chip cookie. I'm going to take a second cookie, and I'm going to smush it together, and I'm going to put it in a bag. And I said, that's amazing. What are you going to call it? And he goes, I'm going to call it an ice cream sandwich. We were eating these in the 60s. Anyway, he thought he invented the latest, greatest thing. So these are definitions of what a fad is. The dairy-free is a trend. There are enough people who are asking for it and want it and can't get it to make it extremely important. Certainly worthy of 2 slots in your cabinet. I told this to one group, and a guy calls me back a month later. He says, that's a lie. He was really pulling my chain. He said, that's the last time I ever take your advice, Thompson. You are completely wrong about the dairy-free. I said, why? It didn't sell? He goes, no, I had so many sales, I had to add 4 flavors. And I said, go away. But that was the point. It's extremely popular. And I call up some of my old-time famous ice cream parlors. You got Fenton's in San Francisco. You've got Hinch's Confectionery out on the island. When I say the island, we always mean Long Island, not Jamaica. You've got all these old-time confectionaries who I call up, and I'm trying to keep them up on what's going on in the world. And I say, you really got to look into this dairy-free. And they go, Steve, we've been here 47 years. We have a huge clientele. And what do I need with this fad? And I said, you need it because when was the last time you saw a 38-year-old mother with her 4-year-old daughter come in and order ice cream? The guy goes, yeah, well, I don't know. I'll have to think about that. I said, exactly. You got all us old-timers coming in who are ordering the same thing over again, and we're a big volume, but we're, here's that word, aging out. And you've got to replace us with the next generation that your family is going to have to sell ice cream to for the next 40 years. So I got them looking at it. You can do it from scratch. I have problems with it. I haven't perfected it from scratch because it turns so hard in the freezer that I can't get a temperature where it'll scoop. It's a fine line between where it'll scoop and where it melts too much. What's the name of the dairy we use, Christy?
For dairy-free?
Yeah.
Meadowvale.
Yeah, Meadowvale, Meadowvale. They're one of the largest dairies in the United States. I think they're in about 18 states or more and growing. And you can buy a dairy blend from them, or not a dairy blend. You can buy a bladder from them that looks just like this. It's in my freezers here, that you thaw and then turn it into dairy-free ice cream. It's coconut-based. It's excellent, and coming to a theater near you. The other way to do it is this product. The company is called, it's spelled M-A-M-I-S. And she says in Italian, that's mommy. M-A-M-I-S in the South looks like mammies. So you call it what you want, but it's MAMISgelato.com. And they have two products. They have the coconut that they started with. It's a powder, and the instructions are right on the container. You just add water, and it's ready to go. And this is an excellent product. And so after they conquered the market with that, they came out. I just happened to be having a talk with a senior executive at Nestle, who we put a lot of their ice cream companies into business, most of their ice cream companies. And she was saying, Steve, yeah, the coconut is great, but keep an eye out for oat. She said oat is very smooth and creamy, has no aftertaste, and we think this is where it's going. So if that's coming from a senior exec at Nestle, that tells you what their thinking is in the future. And then just at that time, Mommy's Gelato or Mammy's Gelato came out with a product they call Outrageous. It's a cute name, Outrageous. And it's the same thing. It's a dairy-free, but it is oat-based, and it is smooth, it's creamy, and it has no aftertaste whatsoever. And so I like them both. I like the coconut. I also like the Outrageous. I have no negatives towards either one of them. And so now you can be truly in the dairy-free business. There's people going around saying, oh, well, Italian ice is dairy-free. Well, you may sell that concept to me, but you're not going to sell it to a millennial. It's not a dairy-like product. So something to know about. It's out there. It's great. It can go in the same dipping cabinet as your ice cream. How is it?
This is interesting. It's refreshing. It goes down easy. You could eat a lot of it.
And it's 10 million calories. But who cares?
And 50,000 grams of fat.
Yeah, but it's pretty good.
Are you going to let them try it?
They have it.
They have it. Oh.
They don't like it. So cream ice, who asked before? Cream ice is different than ice cream, right? Different than Italian ices. It's sort of in the middle.
My opinion? Mm-hmm. It's too chocolatey and it's not refreshing. Because
that would sort of negate that sale, wouldn't it?
Because of the chocolate.
My pickle ice was better than that.
Chocolate makes you thirsty. And I can see where this is going to, one taste I can see it's going to make. I would just cut back.
And what do you want more?
I would cut back on the chocolate.
Okay.
Anybody have any ideas?
I liked.
It's rich.
Yeah.
Really rich.
I like the chocolate in there. If it was no chocolate, then it would just feel like I was eating
Right.
straight cold peanut
Right,
butter.
right.
So
You're right. He's wrong.
Oh, Voice of God just said he likes it, so there you go. That's Mike. The other intercom system is called the Voice of God.
Actually, more important than whether you like it or not, you saw how we created it.
Yep.
And it's nothing.
And we talked it out.
3, 2, 1, and then whatever you want. You could use 3, 2, 1 in Oreos. The ground pan make Oreo cookie cream ice. Anything.
Now, would you serve that in a cone?
No.
Dish. In a dish. All ice is in a dish.
Even cream ice, okay.
Yeah. It would be weird in a cone. But I still like my squeeze cups. These are just a lot of fun. And they're self-marketing because you're going down the street with something bright orange because it's orange ice or bright red because it's cherry ice and you're just squeezing it and eating like that. So, and these come in different sizes and they cost next to nothing.